Hello and welcome to game 2 of the WRL match between WFZ spawning as the red undead in the bottom versus Lucifer spawning as the blue undead in the top. Now, I don't know. Hopefully you're watching this game sequentially so you'll know what happens in the last game. I'm not going to tell you because why? Why would I do that? I feel like I could. Okay, I'll tell you, whatever. If you don't want to find out, mute your speakers, mute your sound, whatever. My screen will be right here. Whenever my screen moves back to one of the player bases, it'll be safe to hear, or it'll be safe to unmute. If you don't want to find out the results of game 1. The results of game 1 were Lucifer lost, so it's 0-1 in favor of WFZ, which means WFZ, or the red undead in this case, is 1-up. If WFZ wins this game, he wins the best of 3. And if Lucifer wins this game, he has to win the next as well to win the best of 3. So, that's the breakdown. And we're good. We're back and ready to be all spoiler-ishy. Here you see an Acolyte Scouts. Okay, so over here we do see that this is WFZ going for a Death Knight this time. And it looks like he's doing the same Ted Fiends build. And over here we can see that Lucifer is doing a Death Knight build on this time. Not doing a Ted Fiends build, however, doing what could be a ghoul build. It looks like a ghoul build. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. We'll find out. Over here we do see a very, very open ziggurat right there. It's an interesting placement. Now here we can see the tight build that Lucifer likes. Lucifer is definitely a big fan of tight builds that we generally will see. Lucifer is scouting out the base, just seeing what's going on over here. Gonna probably guess that it's a Death Knight. This is a good Death Knight map. You can lich on this map. You know, I've seen Happy do it numerous times. Happy's a very good undead. If you don't know who he is a Russian undead. He doesn't play Warcraft 3 anymore. He quit a couple years ago. I say a couple, I don't know how long ago it was. But he plays StarCraft 2 now. So if you think about, a Happy named, or a StarCraft 2 player, I think he plays Protoss. I'm not 100% sure on that, but either way, Happy, pretty cool guy. Definitely an amazing undead player. One of the best micro players in the world, really, when he played. Anyway, do you see this scout is going to go down to these 2 skeletons, and we do see that Lucifer just kind of bypassed all of that and went ahead and went straight down here with lots of skeletons. We have 4 skeletons. This Nubian tower is not up. However, this Death Knight is at the base, so we'll see what happens here. He's gonna try to go for some acolytes. Is he gonna be able to get some? It's not looking likely. It really isn't looking too likely. He does go ahead and coil one of his skeletons to keep it alive, but with the Death Knight here and the ghosts. Now this isn't a bad harass, even though he's probably not gonna kill any acolytes, because he is stopping gold collection from WFC. He is stopping wood collection from WFC. Now, what is unfortunate is that his Death Knight is taking so much damage in this harass. This Nubian tower is basically just focusing him down, and there are 2 skeletons on him. So he needs to get out of this as fast as he can, really without taking too much damage. But he is doing what he's doing, and he's going to lose that Death Knight. The Death Knight goes down, giving a lot of experience right here, as you can see, to this Death Knight. What? I don't know. I think he should have got more experience for that. I think he might have. Maybe the Nubian tower got the final blow. That might have been what happened, and that's why he's not actually fed the experience. That's pretty nice. I think that's what happened, because at 49 experience, that doesn't sound right. It sounds like he just killed some acolytes, some skeletons. And in fact, he goes ahead and begins his tech with only 4 acolytes. He might have to cancel that tech. Oh, never mind. There it is. I didn't see it. It was wandered off. So there's 5 now, in fact. And we do see that Lucifer has actually been able to go ahead and get quite a tech advantage from that. And losing his Death Knight and not feeding experience actually makes that pretty well worth it, I would say. Definitely well worth it. And we do see that Lucifer is not doing a ghoul build really here. He's got 3 ghouls, and he's going fiends. So, yeah, I would peg Lucifer at the advantage at this point in the game. Certainly. And here we do see that this is WFC trying to come in here. Will he be able to steal an experience from the creeps? We'll find out as he runs in here. And it looks like he's not going to be able to get this one at least. Which is the big one from that camp. It was the green camp, so the big one, not really a big deal. Lucifer not really all that far behind in experience. He is at 68 versus 97. We'll find out who gets this. And it is in coil range, but it looks like It looks like Lucifer got it. He's up to 88 versus 97, so he's very, very close to catching up. And if he picks off these skeletons, I think he only needs 1 to catch up. Let's see, because he gets 12, that'll put him up to 90, maybe 100, I think. We'll see. Looks like he's about to get one. Ugh, not quite. Ugh, not quite. Come on, pick one off. I want to see. Let's see, 109 versus 88. Looks like the deny was happened, so that's nice. As you can tell, denying skeletons can be a big deal in the early game. Yeah, it's not always a big deal, but it can be. It can be, absolutely. It's just one of those things that can happen. And we're going to see that one just dies. I don't know, it might have actually got hit by one of those things. Maybe that went under the train and I just didn't see it, but it looks like it did because he's up to 121 experience now. So he does have the advantage over Lucifer in that regard. If Lucifer can go ahead and creep these, that would be a nice bit for him. He does have the advantage, the combat advantage here. He has more damage put out onto these fiends, or yeah, than the alternative. However, his opponent, WFZ here, does have 4 charges on his Rod of Necromancy versus only 2 on Lucifer. So who has more staying power? I would say arguably WFZ has more staying power right here. However, we do see some damage going off, just trying to, you know, doing this little skirmish. That's just what happens in these skirmishes. You're going to see probably more damage being put down onto the Death Knight. We do see a coil going onto one of the fiends. Now, that's not really the ideal thing for Lucifer because now WFC has more mana on his Death Knight. However, he is able to keep it from being in there and attacking. And it does do, it kind of hurts. The Death Knight does hurt a fiend a lot, actually. As you can see, the fiend does 26 to 31 piercing damage, but they reduce damage from piercing, and they don't reduce damage from hero, which does 25 to 35. So as you can see, just a little bit less damage right there. I think 1 less average damage on the Death Knight than on the fiends. But again, given that it is hero attack, and it does 100% damage, I believe, to medium armor versus, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like 35% less, I think, to medium armor. I think piercing armor does, piercing damage is 35% less. I don't know for sure. There's a table somewhere. I used to have it memorized, but it's so hard. It's so hard to remember those little things after all this time. If I can remember, I'll put that into an annotation on the video right there as I said that. So that'll correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm right, then I probably won't even put an annotation. Although I should put an annotation even if I'm right. So if I get around to it, if I can remember, I will put up the annotation. Now, we do see Lucifer is tier 3 with the Lich out with the Orb versus tier 1, and I'm not sure we have a Lich out for WFZ. Not quite, he's just now starting it, and we do see that he has a Slaughterhouse, however. Both players have a Slaughterhouse, and Lucifer has a statue out. So Lucifer is definitely ahead right here. Definitely ahead. We do see WFZ has picked up a nice item. I think I would peg Lucifer as better off right now a lot. Like way, way better off. Agility Tome being picked up by the Lich. Now my voice is really doing something weird, so give me 1 second. To just drink some water.
A player's forces are under attack.
That delicious school tap water. It's if I keep saying it's delicious, I might make it bearable at some point. Yeah, I used to buy water, but it's too expensive, and so now I just drink tap water because I drink a lot of water. I drink like so much water, it's not even funny, and I can't afford to keep drinking like the good tasting water. So this tap water, it tastes almost like pool water. It's kind of gross, but that's life. Now you can see that they both have their Lich and their Orb out, so they're both tier 3. We see Lucifer is mounting an attack with a level 2 Death Knight. He does go ahead and pick up a Dark Ranger to reinforce this. Both players have level 2 Dark Knights. I don't know why I'm calling it Dark Knight. Death Knights. Lucifer again has the advantage in this fight because he does have the Dark Ranger out. Now the only thing that is good for WFZ in this fight is that he happens to have what's it called? The Undead base advantage. Now we do see one of the Lucifer's fiends go down. Actually, here comes WFZ's Dark Ranger, and the positioning here probably a little bit better for WFZ. We'll see what happens. This Dark Ranger taking some damage, getting coiled, not really having too much of an issue, and Lucifer's Death Knight actually have a lot of damage on him. That's not a huge deal because you don't really see the Death Knights actually going into melee range to fight in these sort of fights. Not usually worth the risk. So it's not a bad idea to tank on them anyway, because it does, you know, help with the amount, like lessening the amount of damage on your units that are actually important. You can't lose your Death Knight. If you lose your Death Knight, that's bad. But if you just keep him alive and keep him in the back but tank with him, that's not so bad. It could hurt in some cases, but it's really not that bad in just those pure Fiend versus Fiend fights. But anyway, you do need the micro to be able to, you know, control your DK and keep him out of the fight when he does get low at that point. However, he did have a scroll of regeneration, and between that and the statues, he is pretty much back up to full HP, so definitely not a bad choice for him to tank with his Death Knight right there. Now, he does need to get level 3 on this badly because his opponent does have a level 3 Death Knight. Now, that puts him at a miles ahead advantage because level 3 is a huge deal. Now, if his opponent does go ahead and mount an attack on Lucifer, he will only have the fact that he has the undead base advantage, and I'm not sure that really makes up for a level 3 Death Knight versus level 2. I guess it could, but we'll find out if he decides to do that. Otherwise, he may not. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens here. What do you see? It looks like this is going to be a little bit of a jack right here. Maybe not quite, he pulled, but not a big deal. Here, what do you see? These ghouls are in this fight. Will it be enough to deal with the fact that he is actually not level 3? Who knows? There is an abomination on the field from WFZ. That might be enough to put this really an end to Lucifer's game. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll see right here. And we see the Destroyer being webbed from Lucifer, and it's going to go down. A Fiend goes down from WFC. His Death Knight, Lucifer's Death Knight, taking some focus fire, running it away. Not really a good position for him. He can't get behind his army here, and now he's running back into fight. I think he's just kind of baiting for a nuke or something here. We do see a very nice silence on the Dark Ranger and the Death Knight from WFC. Is Lucifer's Dark Ranger at 1 HP goes down, and Lucifer's Death Knight goes down as well. Ouch! That's not good. Definitely not good for Lucifer. And here we do see that the rest of his army kind of gets picked off, and he calls it GG. Lucifer says there is some lag. Unfortunate. That was a little bit of an odd move for Lucifer. I don't know what was going on there, but lag definitely seems believable. Either way, that's an unfortunate end to Lucifer. That's 2-0 for WFZ. So congratulations to WFZ. And again, I just spoiled the game. I'm sorry, but my bad. I get into the moment. I'm just like, yeah. Ooh, you know, there's a winner. Let's congratulate them. And then I forget, like, oh yeah, I wasn't supposed to say that. Anyway, so my apologies there. But that's the 2 games I'm going to do tonight. Because like I said, I did just do a 33-minute game that I can't upload because it was bad. Ugh. Ugh. Horrible. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.